Okay, yay, the internet's cooperating. Welcome to another live stream right here on the channel. Today, we are going to be talking about something that is not talked about enough, and that is engagement. Engagement on social media. So let me find my mouse here so I can bring up the slides. So, does engagement matter? In the title, it says does it matter on Instagram, but really, I'm going to I'm going to come at this from the angle of Instagram because that's the platform that I know best, but this applies to any social platform, including LinkedIn, Facebook, TikTok, maybe even, I don't know, probably not Pinterest. That's more of a search engine than social media. There are little nuances between them all, but the basic principles of what I'm going to be sharing today apply to every social platform. So if you're on social of any kind, you're going to want to stick around. So, does engagement matter? The first thing that we need to ask ourselves is, what is engagement? So, what do I mean by that? So, engagement is referring to any of the things that we do to engage with people on social media. This includes when people comment on our things, like our things, they send us DMs, they interact with our stories, but I'm specifically going to be talking about how we engage with our audience and how we engage with the social platform in general. So what is engagement? Engagement is when we go and we like a story. For whatever reason, Instagram has brought in story likes. I have mixed opinions on that. But when it talks about, did I not press the right? There we go. I'm working on it. Anyway, and it talks about story likes. It's if someone reacts to or sends an emoji to your story. It's when someone comments or likes your post. It's when someone sends a DM. It's also when someone saves your post or you save a post or you share a post. Like when someone shares your reel to their stories or your post to their stories or you share a post to your stories, that is engaging with the content. So why does engagement matter? Got a little bit ahead of myself. So there are some cases where engagement doesn't matter, but that is only a small minority of cases in general, and I'm going to get to that in a minute. But first, we need to understand why we're having this conversation anyway and why engagement matters at all. So, first of all, we forget, and my antisocial self forgets this too, is that social media is meant to be social. These platforms were created to be social with other people, right? Especially in the last couple of years where many of us were on lockdown and we couldn't leave our house. Our only way to be social was through social media where we could engage with people. So in general, the reason why engagement is important is because if we're not engaging, we're completely missing the point of the platform. And if you're missing the point of the platform, you're going to be missing key points that you need in order to grow. So this I'm gonna bring my face up here because this one gets under my skin. So commenting and engaging with other people actually will draw people to your content. So I have seen a lot of social media managers or like Insta specialists or whatever saying that spending time commenting on other people's posts is a waste of time and you shouldn't bother and you don't need to do that. You just need to do this and this formula and post this, for that. One, to save my soapbox moment, if everybody on earth is doing one thing and going way over here, chances are you're going to stand out more when you hang out over here. So a lot of people, business owners, content creators, if you want to make money at this, you're a business owner. Like it's not a sleazy, sketchy, uncomfortable term. You're a business owner. And so a lot of business owners are not interacting. They're not only not interacting with their own friggin' comment section, but they're not interacting outside of their bubble. So when you begin to engage with your audience or even engage outside of your audience, you are going to stand out. So how do you draw new people to your content? And I was going to make a slide about this. I totally forgot. Sorry. But a really good way to do this is to challenge yourself to do X number of comments a day on other people's content, on people that don't follow you outside of your content. Whether it's just scrolling your feed, or you go into the hashtag search on Instagram, or if you're on YouTube, you actually take the time to comment on other people's videos. Why? When you comment on someone's post, you're going to be front of mind, right? Because you're commenting on their post and you are going to show up in their notifications. Sometimes they don't look at your profile, and sometimes they don't even respond or leave a like. But that doesn't matter. Your ROI on this is not that someone directly comes to your profile and gives you exactly what you want. What you're doing is twofold. One, the more you do this, the more that you engage outside of your current audience, the more that you engage with new people, you are going to, totally lost my train of thought. The more that you engage with other people, the more numbers are going to come and check out your profile. And is the percentage low? Sure. But here's the deal. You could easily spend 15 minutes commenting and at least get 20 decent comments out on other people's posts. And even if only 5 people respond, or even if only 3 people respond, or 3 people check out your profile, that's 3 new people that you had before. But here is something else that not enough people realize. It tells the platform that you're active, and it tells the platform that you care. So a lot of people, got ahead of myself. A lot of people tend to forget that these platforms are watching and paying attention. And these platforms want you to be social on their social media platform. So when you post and ghost, they are very much aware. They're like, okay, we have billions of posts we have to sort through, and this percentage of people actually gets on and interacts with people, and they respond back to comments, and they actually spend time on the app talking to new people outside of their audience. We're going to give them priority. But, shook my camera, sorry. But this Karleigh chick over here, she hasn't even so much as responded to a comment on her own posts that people leave. We're not going to prioritize her content in the feed at all, which is going to lead to even people that follow you not seeing your content. Is this the case in every case? No. But is it in a majority of the cases? I can't say for sure, but I would argue that it's true. When you do not actively engage on a platform, you cannot expect to grow. When you do not engage on a platform, you cannot expect to get engagement back. This is like a societal issue, not just like a marketing issue, but in general, we are very much thinking about ourselves and what we want and what we can get out of other people. And we're like, okay, if I post fire content, other people are going to stop what they're doing and give me precious moments out of their day that they're never going to get back, and they're going to comment, they're going to like, they're going to DM, they're going to go and check out and subscribe to my YouTube channel, they're going to go buy my product, they're going to go order a t-shirt, they're going to book a consultation with me, they're going to do all of this because I have posted amazing content. No, it does not work that way. So if you want engagement, which is why you're on social media, if you want people to like and comment and share and save your content, then you need to give people a reason why they should. Yes, I mean, we can do Instagram profile audits too, because there's a lot of profiles that are like, why am I here? But we have to give what we expect to get. Right? So if we want to get engagement, we need to give engagement. If we want comments, we need to give comments. If we want people to respond to our stories, we need to go respond to some stories. Does this mean that it's going to take work? Yes. But isn't it pretty selfish to expect other people to go out of their way and spend time to interact with us, but we won't even interact with them? Like, come on. Something that my girl Jasmine Star says, she's not really my best friend, but she's like my internet best friend. I freaking love her. Jasmine Star on Instagram, go check her out. She's an Instagram, well, she's just like a business strategist, incredible. I don't know. I can't suck with words today. But anyway, she's incredible. What she says, because I'm in her social curators program, and what she says is that if you want one comment, you need to go leave 10 comments. Because if you want 100 comments, you need to go leave like 1,000 comments, right? Like that's a lot. Don't go leaving 1,000 comments. The Instagram gods that be will think you're a bot. But meaning that you have to give more than you expect to get. You need to assume at best a 10% conversion, meaning that they're going to comment back. But the thing is that once you start engaging more, your stuff is going to be pushed more, it's going to be seen more, and you're going to be interacting with more people. Of course, you're going to be pushed up in the algorithm. Of course, you're going to be putting yourself in front of new people, right? Because you're going to be going out of your way to comment on other people's posts. But you're also building up the skills, and you're building up not skills. Well, you're building up skills too, but you're building up authority, because right now people are watching to see if you're actually going to do what you're going to do. For example, I have said for a long time, like over the last month, that I was going to start doing lives on this channel, and I wanted to post all the time. I don't have my water bottle and I am like dying. Sorry. I said all of these things. But I didn't. And did I gain any subscribers? No. Because I didn't follow through on my word. I wasn't showing up, and I have 1,000 excuses about how I moved and everything, but I should have kept my mouth shut because I taught people not to trust me. So now I'm showing up and I'm going, okay, I need to prove that I'm actually going to do what I said I'm going to do. So I'm showing up live, even when it's late at night, to do what I said I was going to do, because I'm building up that trust. Do I expect to have 100 views or 100 live viewers overnight? Absolutely not. It's going to take time. The same thing happens with engagement, okay? The longer or the more that you engage with people, the more people are watching to see if you're actually going to show up, if you're actually going to be the person that you say you're going to be. And the more people that are watching, they may not follow you, they may not like your stuff, they may only check you out when they put your username in the search bar and they come and see what you're doing. They may only see you when you're commenting on other people's posts. They may only see you when you are engaging with other people. You may never know that they're watching, but you are showing them that you're showing up. And next thing you know, you have a new subscriber, and it's someone who's checked, not really followed you, but checked you out on Instagram for weeks or months. Next thing you know, you have a new consult booked with a person who's been creeping on Instagram, but you've never seen them on your followers list or in your comments at all. Engagement matters, and it needs to be a priority. Here's the other thing as well, and I didn't even make a slide on this. I don't know why I didn't. Is that engagement, especially when you are responding back to comments or you're commenting on your followers' profiles on their content and what they're putting out, you are creating community and you are making their freaking day. So here's the deal. I know, because I know that I am human, okay? And I know that other humans are humans. They're just like my favorite humans, but they're not gods. They're not anything special. They're still human. But when I send a DM to Jasmine Star, or when I comment on Roberto Blake's Twitter, or I comment on Catherine Manning's YouTube video, and I get a response back, I lose my shit. I get so excited. I'm just like, oh my God, I can't believe this is happening. I cannot believe, like, they took time out of their insanely busy day to comment back or send me a DM, or something that Bianca Olthoff recently did is that she sent me back, she responded to a story I tagged her in, and she responded with a voice note. Like, it made my day. I was like, oh my God, like, this person who is incredibly busy, hundreds of thousands of followers, a massive business, a family to take care of, and she took time out of her day to send me a voice note. Like, forever a fan, forever in love with her. One, it humanized her and it made her seem approachable. So now I'm going to want to engage with her more because I feel like she's my friend. Like I feel like she's my person. But it also gives me that feeling, like that same feeling when you're at a concert and then you get in line for the autographs and then they get to sign your poster and it's so exciting. You get to be that person that's signing the poster. You get to be the person that is showing up for them. You get to be the person who gets someone else so excited, right? Engagement's a lot more, and here's the thing, you're probably going, well, I'm not that big of a deal, and it doesn't matter all that much, and I'm nothing special, and I only have, y'all, I am tiny. On my biggest account, I have not even 1,000 followers. I'm about to break 1,000. It's taking forever. But I have people that have been following me on my main Instagram account for years. And what I do, I need to start having a better outline for this. I'm getting a little sidetracked, but it's all coming back, trust me. And so I don't have giant numbers, but I have diehard fans. And when I go out of my way to DM them or voice note them or comment on their page, they get so excited and they're always like, oh my God, thank you so much for everything that you do. Thank you for taking time out of your day. And I'm like, I'm just an overtired single mom who's passionate about helping survivors. Like I'm nothing special. But it's special to them and it makes their day and it makes them feel incredible because I took 30 seconds to write them a comment and I made their day. And I know what that feels like on the receiving end, and being able to give that's absolutely incredible. Not to like get a big head about it, like stay humble, but being able to show up for someone and make their day is really powerful. And the creator economy gives us the opportunity to do that without the big celebrity effect of going into Hollywood or being on Broadway. It's so accessible, and we are able to give our fans and give the people that care about us that satisfaction of knowing that we care. So, like I mentioned earlier, before we dive into why when engagement doesn't matter, if you are wanting to start really building up your engagement, if you're really wanting to commit to this, what I really recommend to do for the next 30 days, create like a tracker, create an Excel spreadsheet, and I want you to do 20 comments a day for the next 30 days. But here's the deal. I want you to do maybe like 15 comments on new outside of your audience accounts. New comments. Maybe it could be people you follow, maybe 5 comments to people you follow, but mostly comments of people that you're finding in hashtags or that you're finding commenting on your friends' posts. Like find people outside of your audience. 10 to 15 comments needs to go to that. And then the other 5 comments need to go to people who follow you. If they have a private account, you can't comment on their ish, okay? That is what it is. Don't let that be an excuse. And I say that because I let that be an excuse for a long time. But just go in and pick 5 people and comment on their posts. If they've posted in the last couple of weeks, comment on it. And then that's it. Just 5 of those a day, 15 to those that aren't following you, and begin to see what happens. Because 1, you're going to build engagement with the people that already follow you. And 2, you're also going to be pulling those people in. But here's the magic. That means you're coming at it from both sides. So on a good day, 5% of your audience is going to see what you do on Instagram or on any social platform. So if you have 100 followers, on a good day, 5 of them will see it. But if you start taking time out of your day to comment on 5 of your followers' posts every day, after 4 days, you're going to have commented on 20 of their posts, which means your stuff is going to show up higher on their feed because there's engagement. If you comment an engaging comment and they respond back to you, that's going to go up. So you can take that 5% and you can dump steroids on it and you can jump it up to 20, 25, 30%. Just by commenting and just by engaging back with the people who follow you. I understand. I need to get some chapstick, y'all. I'm so sorry. I'm like dehydrated, licking my lips. This is so sad. This dry air is killing me. I'm already a hot mess anyway. Focus. So For bigger creators, this is going to be more difficult, but I don't think big creators are immune. I really, because I see these creators where on Instagram, like I consider them big. I consider anyone over 10,000 followers to be a pretty big account, especially since I only have 1,000 right now. But I see a lot of people who even have 20,000, 30,000, 100,000 followers on Instagram, and they're not growing and they can't figure out why. But when you go in and dig, their engagement rate is meh. Like maybe people are commenting on their accounts, but I never see them commenting on other people's accounts. And that's harder to see on like Instagram because like there's not like a timeline of like what they did. I think you can go to their profile and see it, but it's harder to get to. But the problem that I see is that all of the big creators, they hover together and because they're all friends, right? Which makes sense. There's no hate. They're friends and they comment on each other's posts. So they see each other's posts all up in the feed, but they're not commenting outside of each other's. And then they're wondering why they're not growing. You need to take time to engage. Again, even if it's 5 followers a day, you're going to make their day. You're going to blow some minds. And if you are anything like me, I'll see if I can bring up mine, but I don't want to like show off a ton of, I think it's going to be okay. So I'm going to show you how I do it and how I track this. So I am a complete and total nerd. I like spreadsheets. I like keeping things like checked off my list, but I also wanted to make sure that I wasn't picking the same 5 people every day. Or in my case, I was hitting this really hard and I was hitting 20 of my followers a day. I didn't want to hit the same ones over and over. And it's hard to kind of sift through because there's no way to like sort through your Instagram followers. And so what I do is I was like, come on, there's got to be a better way to do this. I'm trying to just hide like their usernames because I just feel like that's rude. Sorry, guys. Give me just a sec. I should have planned this out better. Anyway, so what you can see here is this is literally an Excel spreadsheet, or this is the Google Forms or whatever. And what I did is I exported a list of all of my Instagram followers and I sorted them here by in alphabetical order. And then over here is the dates that I have interacted with them. So the last time that I interacted with this person was September 29th. And I've slacked on this. I should be in the second column by now. It's been a rough couple of months. And then this dash right here, anyone who hasn't posted in the last like 3 weeks, I don't comment because I'm like, I just feel like that might be weird. Like, I don't want to just be weird and like creepy. And so but if I can see that they're still active, like they haven't like completely abandoned their account, I leave a little just mark to let me know to come back and check out their profile again. If they are private, I just delete them off the list because I'm not going to be creepy and try to stalk them on the internet. They're private. That's fine. I'll respect their privacy. But this is how I keep track of engaging. It's how I keep track of, if I could hit the right button just once, that would be great. It's how I keep track of interacting with and engaging with my audience, because that's really important to me. And I have had a lot of people tell me that I've made their day just by commenting. So I've had my soapbox moment on that. But now, drum roll, when does engagement not matter? So in the context of repurposing content, it can become ridiculously overwhelming. Repurposing content can be ridiculously overwhelming. So a lot of people don't take the time to, sorry guys, I'm so distracting. A lot of people don't take the time to repurpose their content because the idea of being on that many platforms all at once is exhausting, and just the idea of it is overwhelming. And I 100% understand that, but I want to give you some options, or maybe just give you something that you haven't thought of before. If you are a one-person show like myself, it can be really hard to manage engagement on all of these platforms. One, what you can do if you still want to post to all of these platforms, you can schedule 1 engagement hour a day. That's it. And then give yourself 10 minutes per platform. Or maybe it's 30 minutes a day and you give yourself 5 to 10 minutes per platform, right? Like, you don't have to spend hours, but you just give yourself just enough time. The other option here is to recognize that not every single platform is going to be a growth focus. Meaning, right now, I am repurposing my content and I'm sharing it on TikTok. But I am not super, I don't engage a ton on TikTok. I don't respond a ton on TikTok. And that's okay with me because right now, I just want to build a content library. Right now, I've got a lot going on, and the troll status on TikTok is pretty intense and screws with my head, but I didn't want that to stop me from sharing content that can help people and that can help the women that really want to hear what I have to say. So I've continued to share it, but I'm not super active. This means that my content library there is growing. So if people do see something and they want to go scroll my content, they have something to binge. But I cannot expect growth, especially fast growth, when I am actively avoiding engagement. And I'm okay with that because right now, TikTok is not a focus for me. My focus is on my people on Instagram and it's on YouTube. Those are my two really big focuses, and I'm totally fine with a snail's pace growth on TikTok, if any growth at all. So that's the deal. Not everything is an engagement growth focus. So you can post and ghost and not be bothered by the results. And that's okay. And I know that's hard to hear after I went on this whole spiel about how important engagement is and how you need to engage more often and you need to engage more consistently, but you need to engage where you want to grow. And if you are not focused on growing LinkedIn, but you want to begin to build a presence there, which is a good idea, because eventually you're going to want to take it seriously and you're going to want people to have things to go back on to scroll and get to know you versus starting from scratch. Then you can do that. You can repurpose your blog post, optimize it for LinkedIn, post it as a LinkedIn article, post it in Ghost. You can repurpose your video, post it natively onto LinkedIn and post in Ghost. Same thing with TikTok, same thing with Pinterest idea pins, same thing with Instagram. If Instagram is not your focus, you can post and ghost. But building up that content library is so important because think about it. When we check out people's profiles, and or at least for me, if I check out a profile and it only has like 4 or 5 posts, I'm not going to engage with it and I'm not going to follow it because chances are it's a bot. Like, it may not be a bot, but in my experience, it's a bot. So I would rather have, even if I don't engage, I would rather have this content library building up to the point where people can see what I do. They can begin to maybe check me out. So that way I have a foundation to launch off of when I do want to take that platform seriously. So you need to figure out whatever your main 1 or 2 platforms are, those need to be an engagement focus. Every day, you need to have a strategy with how you're going to engage, when you're going to respond to comments, when you're going to go engage with your followers, and when you're going to engage with a new audience. Whether you're doing the 15 to new audience and 5 to your followers every day, or whatever ratio you're choosing, you need to make that a priority, and you need to do it consistently. Because that is the only way that you're going to see true, real, authentic growth while also building the community, which is what we creators need if we want to do content creation full time. That community is so incredibly important. So if engagement overwhelm is keeping you from repurposing, which I get, because I have slacked on LinkedIn for this reason, because I was like, man, I have so many messages and I can't keep up. I'm just going to dip. And that's stupid because I have so much content that I can keep sharing there that I should be sharing there, right? So if it's keeping you from it, then don't do it on your non-growth focused platforms. Have a strategy. Know what you're doing when you're going into it. Be cognitive and aware of whatever the plan is. right? Maybe your focus on Q1 is you're really, really focused on YouTube and Instagram, and you're going to find a flow of YouTube and Instagram. And then Q2, you have a flow with YouTube, you have a flow with Instagram. So now you're going to start engaging with your LinkedIn, and then you're going to find a flow that works. And then in Q3, maybe you're like, I can't keep up with Instagram and LinkedIn and another platform, so I'm going to back off of LinkedIn and Instagram just a little bit, so that way I can keep YouTube a focus, but I can also jump on Twitter more, or I can also jump on TikTok more, or I can really devote my attention to Pinterest. Pinterest isn't a social platform, it's a search engine. My brain, it's because they have idea pins, so my brain automatically goes to social. But you don't have to do it everywhere. But wherever your focus is, engagement needs to be a priority. Your focus doesn't have to be and shouldn't be everywhere. It just needs to be where you've planned it to be. And then stick to that plan. And don't let yourself get upset when you don't see growth on the non-growth related platforms. Go into it knowing that you're not going to focus on engagement and you're not focusing on growth. And be okay with that. If you need to, maybe post and ghost and don't look at anything else. Don't open your notifications. Don't look at the DMs. Just post and ghost and just get yourself used to that, which is also really important for us creators because we need to become less emotionally attached to these platforms anyway. But let it be something that helps you as you move forward. Do not let this be the thing that holds you from repurposing your content. Because you absolutely should be. You work too freaking hard on your content for it not to work as hard as you are. So if you are interested in repurposing, but you're not sure where to start and you're a little bit overwhelmed with everything I've talked about today, check out the That Content Nerd Repurposing Guidebook. This gives you a full workflow, helps you plan out your repurposing strategy, walks you through step by step, and it also has a content tracker to help you stay on track so you don't get overwhelmed and you're not stuck with this massive library of things that you don't know what to do with. Did you schedule this already? Did you already cut into this video? Did you already edit this one? The content tracker removes all of that and keeps it nice and basic and simple and makes life so much easier. So I suppose I can stop sharing now. That would be, that's not what I want to do. Anyway, thank you guys so much for hanging out. If you're wanting the guidebook, the link for it is in the description, as well as another video that I think will really help you as you continue on your repurposing journey and really start making your content hustle as hard as you do. As always, if you have any questions, comment below or send me a DM over on Twitter at That Content Nerd. I'm in there all the time. I love talking about this. I geek out on it so hard. So don't hesitate to reach out. Thanks for hanging out, boo. We'll talk soon.